Is it harder to raise 25 million to make a film, or is it harder to raise 1 or 2 million for a smaller film?
Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye.
The answer is easy. It's harder to raise 1 million than 25 million. I understand there's a prejudice against films under $1 million.
This is the suburbs with the sound turned off, so you can really see it. Photograph of me and my best friend September on the corner.
We live in Stanton, you know? Everything's nice.
Jesus, how many of those things you gonna fucking take, man?
So you're gonna fuck a girl or a black guy?
You think we came here to steal, man?
Ja, maar ik zal ze 6 uur bij de ijs weer.
And there's certain types of kids they're just not gonna fucking handle that, you know?
Shit just got out of control.
Sometimes when kids are fucked up, there's just nothing you can do for them.
Dude, I'm not your fucking girlfriend, man. Come on. What's that?
Ready? Rolling. Man, we at the Matatu Film Festival, Oakland, California. We got Richmond in the house. How rare is this? You know what I'm saying? You got the town, you got Richmond, and these the young homies that's part of Romeo is Bleeding. This is young Tay Clark. He was the star of the movie, but it was also co-starring my man DeAndre. They spoken word legends, up and coming, up in the town. Saul Williams, we was praising these niggas. So, you know what I'm saying? I just want them to say a few words about what's going on, man. How did you feel about the reception that y'all got for Romeo is Bleeding tonight?
Tonight, I feel like it was my second biggest experience. First time we did it was in El Cerrito, California. 600 people came out to see it, showed us a lot of love. This one was 200. Closest thing to Richmond is Oakland, you know what I mean? So a lot of people came out, they was crying, they was laughing, they was cheering. It showed us a lot of love, man. I can't really put it in words. It's just a beautiful thing just to come from across the water, you know what I mean? And get that love. I feel like more people from the town need to see it, like more people from the rich need to see it, but for right now, it's getting a lot of buzz, so that's cool.
I'm glad you said that, because we're going to bring that to the Traveling Film Festival. We just got to negotiate off, you know, after this right here. But, bro, how did you feel about the reception, and is that what you expected?
Honestly, at this point, I don't really have no expectations, right? But I done seen it from big venues to smaller venues, and so what I learned is just believe in God. I feel like whatever God's put around you, that's what's meant to be. But I feel like it's a blessing, you know, to know where we come from, how we was brought up, to know that we 2 young black men, we working with a bunch of other black men, young black ladies, you feel me, and we doing our thing, and we out here doing something that a lot of people ain't doing, and a lot of people didn't expect us to be doing. They expected us to be killing each other. He said we from different sides. You feel me? And that's rare for him to look out for me to look out for him, and that know that niggas he mess with me.
All us to be standing here right here.
We all together, you feel me? And to know that a lot of the people came through and see that my dead nigga, Demarie, his people came through, that was beautiful to me. I got to talk to him. We got to.
Well, he got locked down on the. He got locked down in the flick, right?
During the you mean like during the documentary, he got locked down and then he got killed.
And then he got killed.
Yeah.
Well, the film was phenomenal. I saw the film about 4 times, you know, because I was reviewing it, so I seen it like 4 times, you know. But bruh, before I get y'all to leave, I ain't gonna ask y'all to do a whole piece. But can you even just show them? Because I ain't gonna be able to see the film through this little 30-minute TV show. But I just want them to see a little bit of the talent so they want to go see Romeo is Bleeding, the independent flick out of Richmond.
Chest tighten, I feel a shortage in my breath. Stressing on fighting time, just a blink away from death. Pressures of writing rhymes, silly leaders to a check or resort to a life of crime. Cause y'all view me as a threat. Oh Lord, let me guess. There's a lesson in the struggle. Muscle my train of thought. Cause a failure mind is soft. Knees bent, clenched fists. Submit to this righteous talk. He's seeking out to be lost, but I'm feeling them shots go off. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? How could I value life when I feel there is no purpose? I'm feeling like a clown, just a puppet in the circus. Wanna let my feelings out, but I'm afraid for them to surface. Can I vent? Can I vent? All of my money spent, gotta eat, where to sleep, gas, car note, and the rent. Not a coin, not a cent. From a stack of presidents will patch a feel. This hole in my heart from resent that I had toward them suckers. They snatched away my brothers, got them smacked. Before that, I ain't get to tell them I love them. All of these RPs, free my G's from this thuggin'. Slice me a piece of mind, I'll be fine. Hearing nothing, let them free, let them free. Let the past stay behind. I feel the cripples of the ghetto all depending on my spine. For the wretches of the earth looking forward to my climb. But my dreams all depend on the trigger of his 9.
Hey man, it's that France for 9 voodoo type thing, man, coming out the bay, man. You said that wretched of the earth, I think that. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
yeah, I think that he said that.
Yeah.
You know, but hold on, I'm about to take the mic off, so bruh, Dre the verse finna get loose real quick. Hold on, but I want you to hear him A1 though. Yeah, bro, put that on and just bust something little so they know that you Dre the verse.
All right, cool. Scheming, thieving, wouldn't believe that I was taking change. And I get paid, work at a youth center, making change. Life on the big screen, traveling, making a name. Won't make sense to be big-headed, brain size stay the same. Life's a movie, only God write the script. Blessed, they been shot or in jail. Come from the rich, stay clean, smell good, and I still be on my shit. If I get dollars, no sense, you can call me stupid rich. Long as I got the sense and I be doing stupid shit. Won't die to get rich, I'm priceless. I'm not 50 Cent. Missed a lot of first times. Things work time. Rode on the ATV my first ride and it was work time. Trips to the shop from south to the NY. Brothers and sisters with me in the sky, wasn't afraid to fly. Man, was so afraid of heights, some hated kites. My niggas went from taking bikes and now we out here taking flights.
Hey, that's the rich, bruh. Hey, y'all see it. Dre the verse, Dante Clark, Romeo is Bleeding. You need to see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
For the intro. And we rolling. Okay, so if you didn't know, now you know this is the Matatu Film Festival. I'm here with Zoe. She is part of the social media staff of the festival of stories, Matatu Film Festival of Stories 2015. Tell us a little bit about why you work with this crew. Why is this festival important to the Bay Area?
The festival is important to the Bay Area because the African diaspora is everywhere. And the African diaspora and all of the different cultures and identities within it, you know, it's complex. And we see, you know, East Africans, we've got Black Americans, we've got folks from all over the world that are living in the Bay Area that are interacting with one another. And I think it's really crucial that we navigate around that. We interrogate it a little bit and we look at what Blackness looks like in all of these different contexts and also in the Bay Area.
What would your favorite, say, 3 films of the festival be?
I really loved Romeo is Bleeding.
That was dope.
Because, I mean, I just moved to Oakland. I love Oakland, but my sort of understanding of like Black Americanness in Oakland and the history of Oakland and the neighborhoods of Oakland is really new. I've only lived there since February. And I don't know that much about Richmond. I didn't know the reputation of Richmond, but it was so dope to see those kids like using Shakespeare, which is this unapproachable language, to discuss like their own kinds of experiences. I haven't, Uncorruptible, I love.
The Senegalese film.
Yeah, because I'm Zimbabwean. So this you know, multiple term president trying to push the boundaries is a narrative that's very near and dear to me. And let's see.
Well, let's stop right there. So, Africa, I've heard that before. I interviewed Seyon Kuti, who is the son of Fela Kuti.
Yeah.
And we was talking about Muammar Gaddafi. And I love Muammar Gaddafi.
Yeah.
And his issue with Muammar Gaddafi was the fact that he said he'd been in power too long. Now, let me ask you, what is a suitable time to be in power? And does it have to be limited to the United States, or what do you think is a suitable amount of time to be in power, especially if you're a country at war like Zimbabwe?
Well, they're not at war.
Well, I'm saying U.S. sanctions.
Sure. I mean, personally, my ideal type of government is a benevolent dictatorship. I sort of don't have a problem, it's an unpopular opinion, I don't have a problem with leadership for life, as long as the kind of leadership that you're embodying is one that's like cultivating new leadership, that's cultivating innovation, I hate that word actually, but that's cultivating, I don't know, something sustainable, something healthy, something new, that's encouraging of change. You know, you're not holding on to this leadership for dear life. You're a leader because people truly believe in and are invested in your leadership.
I can understand that.
So I'm not necessarily like 2 terms and get the fuck out, but you know, if you've been in 1 term and bad things are happening, and you're in another term and the Constitution says you can only have 2 terms, but you change the Constitution so you can have a 3rd, 4th, 5th term, then I start to have some problems.
She's talking about the film Incorruptible as well as Zimbabwean politics. What's the 3rd film?
Oh God, I forget the name.
Was it Red Leaves? Was it
the Ethiopian singer?
Asnit.
Yes. I don't know that much about Ethiopia outside of the sort of Rasta, you know, Haile Selassie type of stuff, but it was just really incredible to learn about the life of like a very, you know, like a powerful, beautiful, just inspirational like female figure in music.
How did you feel the fact that she was Ethiopian? And I know at least the stereotype out here when we say Ethiopian, they're very subdued. And she was talking about, you know, hey, you better keep your man at home or I'm gonna sleep with your man. And she was very provocative, like gangster rap.
I know a lot of Ethiopian women, and I would not use subdued to describe sort of any of them.
Okay.
So that wasn't like bucking any stereotypes for me. It was just another example of like badass African womanhood.
Okay.
I'm about that.
You're about that.
I'm about that life.
So where you from so the people know?
I guess I'm from Missouri by way of Zimbabwe, because my parents are from Zimbabwe. And I've been living in Oakland since February, and I don't think I could have picked a better spot to sort of settle in for a little while.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Okay. Good?
Rolling. I am the Minister of Information, JR. We at the Matatu Film Festival 2015, downtown Oakland. I'm here with Zakiya Harris. She is a musician, eco-organizer, among other things. What are you at the festival to do? What are you excited about? Why are you here?
I'm excited about Blackness tonight. I think that it's a really interesting time in this city, in the Bay Area, in the world, and this is one of the few things we have left, actually, that are really celebrating our culture and multimedia and multifaceted ways, and I'm just here to support.
What is Blackness in 2015 Oakland? What is Blackness at this festival? What is Blackness today?
I think Blackness today is a state of mind. It's a state of mind that has its origins in the beginnings of time, of eternity, which we know began in Africa and really are throughout the diaspora as well as throughout the world. And I think that's what's so beautiful about this work, is that it's really celebrating the diaspora, creating opportunities and spaces for us to tell our own stories and to share our work in a way that is impactful.
Are you here for a particular musician or a particular film?
I'm definitely here to see Safir Hussein tonight.
Well, what is it about his music? What is it about it? What makes it different?
I don't know if it's different. I think it's more just channeling in part of our ancestral memory that all of us can connect with and all of us have, and being a vessel for that. Actually, I think all the stuff that's going on here is amazing. This is just the one night that I'm able to get out. I'm a mom, and so I think all of it is beautiful.
That's what's up. Well, tell us a little bit about your album, you know, pump that real quick to the people.
Yeah, check out Adventures of a Shapeshifter. You can check me out at ZakiyaHarris.com. I'm a musician, entrepreneur, creative, native Oaklander. check me out.
Kia Harris, Town Business.
Town Business.
We finna take a Shakespearean play, rewrite it, and make it fit Richmond.
From ancient grudge break to new mutiny, with civil blood make civil hands unclean. Who gon' protect the children? Richmond is on fire, and Lord knows we all burn.
Purpose of the play is to address the problem that's been going on in Richmond, California.
Last weekend, we had a shooting every night, and one night we had 2 shootings. So we have a gang problem, and we need to address the gang problem.
We rolling. Matatu Film Festival 2015. We're here with Marie Judice. She is one of the curators and producers of the Matatu Film Festival. Tell us a little bit, what is a Matatu?
So a Matatu is a East African privately owned bus or minivan that is, you know, community sponsored, community tatted up and graffitied, and picks up people in the community and takes them through different regions. Particularly the Matatu is mobile, and the people that are on the Matatu kind of come from different regions, have different languages, and share their stories and politics that are going on in each region. So that's kind of why we took the name and are using it for our film festival.
Well, why do you guys call this the Matatu Festival of Stories? And I know that you guys have included dinners, you've included dancers, ballet dancers, you've included a host of musicians and spoken word artists, Dante Clark, Shafiq Hussein, Saul Williams, Brian Terry, the chef, was here. I mean, what is this about? Like, how do you sum it all up, and why did you put all that with your film festival to make it a festival of stories?
So I would say that, and I'll quote Michael Orange, who's our festival director, and he constantly says that storytelling is our 4th natural resource. And so we feel like storytelling is in everything we do, from the food that we make and eat, to the music that we listen to our performances that that we create, and films, right? Film is a very important storytelling element. So we brought those together, and what we did was we said, okay, here's 9 films. Now, here's a bunch of artists and curators and musicians that we love. Let's give them the films and see what they can make from these films. And what they did was they created musical performances, Black Spirituals. I don't know if you can hear them right now. Black Spirituals is forming at Starline right now. We have Shafiq Hussein, we have Mark DeClivelo, we have Alonzo King's Ballet, who is, for the first time, is coming outside of their troupe to do something for the community, and that was quite difficult, but we got them, and they're going to be doing an amazing performance. That's kind of, it's improvisational. You know, I'll start with why we chose Necktie Youth, and I would also kind of speak to one of our sponsors, Gravity, which is a Black millennial online magazine that's sponsoring us. We are looking towards this film to be the voice of the millennial generation in South Africa, right? And the director, Sibs, is speaking from his own personal experiences, which is quite important. And it's post-apartheid South Africa. So for us, the movie spoke to us on a lot of levels. Like, it spoke to this youth, it spoke to how to deal with Black guilt. And if you, I mean, I can't believe anyone said it wasn't political, but it might not be political in terms of apartheid, but it is political in terms of what these youth are dealing with in the moment. So they're dealing with a very for them, integrated South Africa, where their friends are of many different ethnicities, not just white, but all these immigrants that have also moved to South Africa. And that's the people that they hang with, they chill with, they smoke with, right? And their parents come from apartheid South Africa, where it's a big, big divide for them, right? So having to build these two worlds together and live in this world is a lot of depression and guilt for them. And we see this film where two youths commit suicide because they don't know how to deal with this guilt. They don't know which world to live in. And I think that's not just important for South Africa, it's important for how we deal in America. Racism is different, it's not apartheid, it's not very hard lines like in South Africa, but it's the same ish, right? Like it's this, sorry, can I cuss? I forgot. There's a sense of, it's the same thing where, you know, we have these youth that are now coming up, you know, out of school straight into Stanford, Yale, they have MBAs, they're going to Uber and Twitter, you know, and my parents, you know, they have high school diplomas and that's about it. They work in the post office, and so when they see me with like an MFA, we're in separate worlds, and I'm trying to be in their world and they're trying to be in mine, but it doesn't mesh well, right? So I do feel guilt. I feel guilt for not, you know, being able to hang out with my parents all the time in their worlds of, you know, blue collar life and struggling really hard, and they're living in a city, I don't know, San Francisco, Oakland, they're living in cities that are blowing up, and to stay in the city you need the education, you need the money, you need to be at a certain economic level. So for us, the movie spoke. It didn't speak just about South Africa, it spoke about a global experience, and I think this experience of being a youth today and dealing with, you know, colonialism, it's different. Like, even for me, I'm 36, and how I deal with racism is way different than my 21-year-old sister deals with racism. And I'm angry at her, and I'm always like, yo, you know, how come you're not talking about civil rights movement? How come you're not talking about the Black Panthers? We're in the, you know, the Bay Area. That should be the first thing on her mind, but she didn't grow up with it.
የሴት ተዋንያን ይሄን ያህል በይፋ ባልነበረበት ጊዜ እንዳዝማሪ ሆኑ እያሉ በሚታሙበት ጊዜ እንደናስናቀች ያሉ ቀድሞ የተወለዱ የስነ ጥበብ ወይም የተውኔት ሙያተኞች ተፈጠሩ ማለት ይቻላል።
ቅርጿ ጉደኛ ነበረ።
ትጨፍር የገለዋ ማማር ወርቅ የመሰለች ልጅ ነበረች።
በስማ አይናቸውን እየሸፈኑ ገና ነው በዚያ ነው።
አዝማሪ ማለት ስድብ አይደለም። ዘመረ አመሰገነ ከሚለው ግስ የመጣ ቃል ነው።
ማሲንቆ ይዞ በየጠጁ ቤት የሚዘፍን ለማኝ ማለት ነው። ምንድነው?
ዘፈን ደግሞ ኃጢያት ተብሎ ነው በቤተ ክህነት ሰዎች ትምህርቱ የሚሰጠው። ስለዚህ እንዲጠሉ የቤተ ክህነት ሰዎች አስተዋጽኦ አድርገዋል።
ተወደዳት ጋር ተጣልቶ ይመጣና እዚህ ከኔ ጋር ያለቅሳል፣ ያማለቅሳል። ለምን የፍቅር ሰው ነኝ።
ስትጀምር ዝም ብለሽ ማዳመጥ አለብሽ። ደግሞ
የምትላቸውን ግጥሞች እየኖረቻቸው ነው።
ውሽማ ምን የሚባሉ ነገሮች በጣም ድብቅ ናቸው። አስናቀች በዘፈኖቿ ልታወጣ የፈለገችው ደግሞ እሱን በአብዛኛው እና ተዳርም አሊዝ ለሐሳብም አልቸኩል የነሜትዬም ባል እይዛለሁ የኩል ማለት ምን ማለት ነው?
ወንዱ ሜዳ ላይ ወጥቶ ይሷን አካሄድ ነበር።
ሰው ያለበሰው አይነት መልበስ ያ ማለት የልጅነት ጊዜ ነውና እብደት ነው። ዳንስ ቤት ነበረኝ ከአንዲት ሴት ጋር። የኔ ድፍረት እኮ ከልጅነቴ ነው። በቡና ቤት አልደፈርኩም። ድፍረት አለኝ።
ወለይዝንም ገብረይዝንም ተክሳለች።
እኔ ቢከተለኝ ቸገረኝ። ደስ ያለኝን ይዛለሁ፣ ያላለኝ ዞርበልዳ። አንድ ባል አገባው። እሱ ሰውዬ ብታየው አጭር ነው። እኔ እንኳን አጭር አልወድም ነበር። ምን እንደጣለብኝ አላውቅም። ያን አደገኛ ነበርኩ። አምታው በከተማው ሲባል ሰምተሻል?
My homegirl Kyrishi, West Oakland legend when it comes to these youngsters. How did you feel about Necktie Youth?
So it's interesting because I just got back from Johannesburg and Pretoria like a month ago, and I'll say that two things. One, that gave like a completely different side of Johannesburg. It was extremely privileged. It was a lot of whiteness, and so that was really interesting because that's not my personal experience there. And the other thing is it had a lot of self-hate and a lot of privilege that I felt like I needed answers for. I wanted to stop watching the movie and start talking to people about it instead of just watching the film.
Wow. So would you give it 2 thumbs up or would you give it 2 thumbs down or what? Or would it be a mix?
It would be a mix. I don't know. See, to me, I guess the power of that film is not in like whether it's good or bad. Like visually, it was stunning. I liked the way it was shot. I liked a lot of the scenes and the way things were written was really beautiful in a lot of places. But I think the power of that film is that it makes you question and talk and like dissect what's happening in your own life and in the world around you. So for that, I think that it serves its purpose. Like it's a great dialogue piece. I would love to watch it with my students and see what they think, and to really be able to talk to them about how you process your feelings and pain. And I guess like the ultimate message is like, how do you find happiness? Like for the people to take their lives, there was this feeling for me that you don't know how to be happy, and you're depending on other people to make you happy or to help you find your way. And as an educator, as a youth developer, like for me, it's my job to help give my students the tools to get through those like dark places and spaces where they feel hopeless. Because at the end of the day, it's our own responsibility to make sure that we are happy.
That's why I fool with her. She like the ghetto Ayana Von Son. You know what I'm saying? Live, West Oakland Live, Matatu Film Festival, Matatu Festival of Stories, Kairishi, downtown Oakland, man. We out.
But known to his fans as Mac Dre. 10 years after his death, it's a name that still rings out through the San Francisco Bay Area, to a network of underground hip-hop fans around the world, and to many of the biggest stars in music today.
It's your boy Wiz Khalifa, man.
Yeah, rest in peace, Mac Dre. One of the best ever.
Like, he just gives you that spirit, the whole, like, mentality it's just a fresh, just too fresh. He was way too fresh.
He's just bigger than life, I guess, you know?
I'm just a big Dre fan in general. Just of his style, of his aura, of his essence, what he brought to the game as far as being yourself, doing you.
Motherfuckers don't want you back down.